He is kept and scribed at the top.
Can eggs gain life? Yes, right? Maybe?
If not significant, like, I know Sam's version we saw the other night played a 1-up Aether Flux Reservoir. So maybe, but not usually.
Probably play Inventor's Fair or that kind of
Yeah, but you're not going to score her on Inventor's Fair trick unless you're going for the kill. Turn 1, we had a Seachrome Coast and a Terrarian for Jordan. Braiden had just a copy of Arid Mesa and a pass of the turn.
Terrarian. Modern staple right there.
Naturally. There is a copy of Sanctum of Ugin, which is interesting.
That's weird.
Ichor Wellspring. Yeah, Sanctum of Ugin is a little strange.
I like it.
He's playing Eldrazi in his deck because he was talking about Emrakul earlier, which makes sense. That's what that deck wants to do. But Braiden, end of turn, will fetch out a Sacred Foundry. I don't think he plays 2, but I think he can go find like a Hangerback Walker. Like he can also just cast an Obsidian Large Hangerback Walker and then go find his Eldrazi.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. Draw for the turn was a copy of Lightning Helix, and then we're going to shock into play a Sacred or Stomping Ground and say go. So. Quickly as well, before I forget again, Dionys7209, thank you for the follow while we were away there. We appreciate that. I will send you your 10% off discount code at top8gaming.com. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much.
Value.
Off value. We're going to put into play a couple, not a boy. Yes, this is FNM. This is our modern tournament. We run both modern and standard on Fridays. Modern, we had like 14 players for, so it was a good one to put on stream tonight, we thought. So if we can get this turnout, we'll do it every Friday. Just we got to get the numbers for is all it comes down to. All right, so a couple of eggs get onto the board. We also at the end of turn Skullcrack Jordan, so Jordan's at 17. Thoughtcast for 1. It's the way it was meant to be. We drew a Krark-Clan Ironworks and a Chromatic Star. Modern best format? Sure. Demon Slayer. Why not? Why not? I like standard. I mean, I don't like. To be fair, I don't like Aether's Marble. No, but
nobody likes that.
No, that's no fun. All right, another Terrarian add to the board. So a bunch of eggs in play. Here is a Lightning Helix. We're gonna go 14 to 20 in the favor of Braiden. Did not sacrifice that Arid Mesa. His draw for the turn was another copy of Lightning Helix. Jordan is missing a third land, which is a little bit awkward because Braiden actually hasn't hit a Searing Blaze that I'm sure he'd actually love to fire off, but can't right now. So,
yeah. Well, if Jordan if he casts Scrap Trawler,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wants to play that Scrap Trawler. So, right? A mostly Legacy Sly player. All right. Haven't heard that one in a little while, Legacy Sly, but I mean it's kind of like Legacy Burn, but all right, we're gonna go ahead and start by sacrificing a Terrarian. We're gonna draw a card, float 2 colors of mana. We're gonna draw, I believe, a third Scrap Trawler with still no third land. We're gonna reshape away this Ichor Wellspring. I don't remember what reshape does. I haven't seen it cast since like Sifka cast it on camera. Reshape X blue sacrifice an artifact at additional cost. Search for an artifact converting that costs X or less and put it into play. All right, we're gonna respond to that just by making sure you don't have any shenanigans and no gaining life this turn. Skullcrack you. You may continue. Chances we're getting a Darksteel Citadel. Okay, I'm wrong. It's Mox Opal. That's better. No. That's just better.
That is better.
It's just straight up better.
That is better. Yes.
All right, we get a Mox Opal. It's not as good as Lotus Bloom though.
Are you suspending it or are you casting it?
With Reshape, you get to put it into play.
Oh, yes.
That was the whole point of the original Eggs deck, right? You just put in a Lotus Bloom to play and then just go off.
I just took naps during those games.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
Watched the deck. So.
Yeah, that's totally fair. So, all right, so we have a third mana now. We do have a mana. No, we're out of mana now. We have a mana floating. We had to use it for Reshape, so we'll just play another egg and say go. So next turn we can put a Scrap Trawler out.
Some more eggs. Scrap Trawler's hungry for some eggs.
Well, Scrap Trawler doesn't eat the eggs. The Ironworks does. They drew Emrakul. That's just how we draw it up. I think it's actually a little bit lucky for Braiden that Jordan actually didn't draw a land this turn. Just because I think if he drew a land, he would have been inclined to play the Ironworks. And he probably could have gone off from there pretty close to it. Mm-hmm. But this lets Braiden actually get usage of his Searing Blaze here, which we're going to see. This will let Jordan get back an Ichor Wellspring, thanks to the Trawler's trigger when it dies.
Oh, he triggers on himself as well?
Yeah, whenever Scrap Trawler or another artifact goes to the graveyard.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe
Could be wrong since he didn't do it. Could have also been missed, but...
Yeah, no, whenever Scrap Trawler or another artifact you control is put into a graveyard, so he just missed it.
Cool.
Which is really unfortunate just because, like, you want, like you want that. Like,
Yeah,
you need the eggs.
Just good.
Jordan's also at 8 now. Now 5, thanks to Lightning Helix being added to that. Braiden at 22 now. Emrakul takes 2 attacks.
Classic.
Skullcrack you, you're at 2.
Here we go. Did we see the other card in Braiden's hand?
Nope, not a clue.
Burn him out?
But that was like a Skullcrack I think he just drew. It's Goblin Guide. But he also, I think, has Searing Blaze, which
The
is...
old GG.
Searing Blaze is 1 point short. It's not GG. Oh, yeah, it's,
No, Goblin
it's
Guide.
called GG, yeah.
It's GG. Yeah.
We missed a Goblin Guide trigger there as well.
Classic.
Ah, now you're in with Scrap Trawler. Get back that Ichor Wellspring.
You just didn't want it last time.
Our players play really fast. Well, this is Burn. I don't think there's a way to play not fast. All right. Braiden takes game 1. Mulligan to 6 doesn't stop him. We're just going to take this down. The flurry of burn spells. And I mean, really, there was nothing Jordan could do there short of just drawing a 3rd land faster. And that's not really up to him. So
Yeah, Kirkland would have...
Kirkland would have...
For sure.
I'm fairly certain would have ended the game. The unfortunate part about playing the Scrap Trawler is like you have to play them. The unfortunate part is it turns on Braiden's Searing Blazes. And that's typically a pretty dead card in this matchup. The deck doesn't play any other creature except for Emrakul. And Emrakul is pro all colored spells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the addition of Scrap Trawler is interesting just because it gives their otherwise dead removal something to hit. I mean...
Yeah, Scrap Trawler is an interesting card for sure.
It's still very good. But...
Like, you have to play. Like, Scrap Trawler brought this deck back to life, I guess you could say.
Yes.
When they banned Second Sunrise, it took away the ability for the deck to really function properly. Like, you'd still had Faith's Reward, but the deck was much less consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And just
it was
because
still around for a long time though.
it was, people were trying to make it work with Faith's Reward alone. It's just it wasn't as good, obviously. Whereas the Scrap Trawler being able to just rebuy all your eggs is just what the deck needed, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what Modern needed because this deck is just not good in my not good like to play against. Like it's so boring. Same as like Lantern. That was not fun to play against
It's fun to play.
or watch.
I have fun watching Lantern.
Man,
I enjoy that.
you are like a sadist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Modern Burn is good. It's pretty popular in our area. They're not a boy, not a boy.
Oh, yeah, lots of burn players for sure. I was considering building it actually.
Yeah, you had a little fix there the last little while for your burn.
I just love Goblin Guide.
Just love Goblin Guide.
Yeah.
That's fair, I guess. He's a pretty cool guy. He's pretty cool.
The GG.
The GG. All right, so game 2, Jordan's gonna have to win this to force a game 3. I don't mind playing Burn. I like playing Burn. There was a time where I was playing Burn. I was actually working on filling it out. I almost filled it all out, and I think now Barry owns most of that deck that I used to have.
Cool.
To be fair, he's added a lot
Flex
of fetches
it,
that I
buddy.
didn't have.
Flex it out.
Well, I think I sold it all here, and then Jesse bought it all,
Sure.
and then Barry bought it from Jesse. I'm pretty sure, or something close to that.
Sounds like it. That's a thing that could have happened.
Yeah. So. But yeah. All right. So looking to force a game 3 is Jordan. He needs to win this game.
It's gonna need some lands.
We're gonna start by. Turns out Mox Opal on its own is not good.
That's not true.
Well, it's a 0 mana artifact that doesn't do anything, so that's pretty bad. 4/3 Devil. Oh, Vexen Devil. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, that guy's sweet.
Vexen Devil's big.
I loved the older iteration of the Naya Blitz deck that played the Vexing Devils.
It was a
You know what I'm
version that
talking
played Vexen Devil?
Yeah, it was right when it started popping up, and it played the Burning Trees and Curd Apes and Vexing Devils.
Didn't know play Vexing Devil.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
It was sweet.
More like a more even more zoo-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Get to add devils to your zoo.
It was. I think it was like shortly after Atarka's Command.
Sure.
Became a card that people were like, "This card is very good."
Sure.
It seems.
So there we have a mulligan to 6 on Jordan's side. We're looking. There's more Battlesphere.
Oh my word.
That's what Sanctum Woogan's for. Scry to the top or bottom.
It's for the second one.
A thought cast. It's for the second one. Yeah, I think he has 2 in hand actually. Jordan on the play here. We're going to start off with, I imagine, a Terrarian. That's 2 Sanctums. Oh yeah. Oh yes. All right. So Sanctum Woogan, Terrarian, and the same stuff for Braiden, just an Arid Mesa and a pass the turn back. Draw is a Darksteel Citadel.
Does the Battlesphere tap the guys when you attack with it? Is that one?
Yeah, Battlesphere is when you attack with Battlesphere, you may tap any number of untapped mirror you control.
Okay.
If you do, he deals. You may tap X mirrors. And then it deals X damage and gets plus X plus O.
It's a nice little synergy with Sanctum Woogan, though, because you can go and get the second one, and it gives you more guys.
Does he play 2 Battlespheres, we think?
I hope so.
Like we're assuming he plays 2 that's big game.
I hope so.
That's big game. All right, end of turn, we're going to fetch out a Sacred Foundry again. Braiden just not changing things up here. Oh, he actually he bolted him. So 17 all. That's more exciting. Revelry is the draw. That's. I don't think Eggs can beat that card.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that guy a little read there.
Yeah, no, I think that's
I assume Braiden placed it on the table and said, "I win."
I would hope so. Like I just Eggs can't beat that card.
Mm-hmm. You can. It's not good against Bird Battlesphere if you have 7 mana though.
Sure. So we're only 4 mana away.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I believe we can make it.
17 life.
I believe we can make it. I don't. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe Braiden just starts playing spells targeting himself.
I don't think so.
Probably not either. But and we come for 2. Jordan down to 15. No, like Eggs. Oh yeah, that's the one.
There he is.
That's the one to draw. She showed up on time. You want her on turn 4.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Not in this case, though.
No.
Yeah.
No, not when you have 4 mana.
Yeah.
15 mana, yeah. Give me Emrakul.
Or the other things.
Sure. You
bring it
know,
out with stuff, right?
sneak attack, something like that. Maybe
Yeah,
if you're
through
playing
the
not
breach.
standard or modern. Through the breach, that's fair.
We are not playing standard. Yes.
No, we're
Good
not.
observation.
Yeah, I wasn't wrong. All right. Yeah. So Jordan sitting here with a mulligan to like 3. I feel. Just didn't know it was mulligan to 3 until now. Yeah, that's. This deck has to cast its spells is the worst part, so it just cannot beat an Eidolon. Sure, we're gonna crack this. I think we're looking for a different deck on top of our deck. It wasn't there.
Does Eggs have removal in the side?
No,
Like, is that,
no,
that's just no.
doesn't have room for it. We're gonna reshape and we're gonna deal you 2 in the process. So Jordan at 13 now. He's getting another artifact that costs 0 or less. Opal that is not turned on. Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know how we're getting that.
I wonder if there's room in the deck for a Walking Ballista.
Probably. Like
Seems
it could be like an alternate win con instead if you can't find Emrakul, right?
Yeah.
Well, the deck doesn't have infinite draws. It has a lot of draws for sure, but maybe you just find a Ballista and you have like 30 mana and you're like, here's a 15/15, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really don't know why we're getting Mox Opal here. This doesn't advance anything. We can't, like, he doesn't have artifacts to play to get this up to Metalcraft. Helix you. So Braiden's gonna overall gain 1 life and Jordan's gonna take 3.
I guess it can make colored mana eventually, whereas the Citadel can't.
Sure,
That's
but
the thing that
you have literally 1 artifact, and it's the Mox Opal. Braiden puts Jordan to 8. Jordan draws a scrap trawler.
It's a blocker.
That's sure. Sure. It's it looks like Jordan or Braiden has in his hand Borostrom and Bolt. So Jordan's dead now, I'm pretty sure. Jordan goes to 6. Braiden will fetch on end of turn. And I think we're going to see the game here.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Well, I know there's at least a Bolt in Braiden's hand, and I'm fairly certain I saw a Borostrom or potentially just a Lightning Helix. Either way is enough.
Mm.
So
yeah, the writing was on the wall right when the Eidolon came down, though.
Oh yeah, that end of the game. I mean,
disputing that.
The thing was, like, to be honest, it didn't even do anything.
Puts the one card
right?
at the bottom.
He only played 2 spells, so Eidolon only cost him 4 life this game, which normally it does just end the game because again they can't fight through it. But I don't know, Braiden taking here.
He also seems to have the entire top end of his deck in his hand.
He does, yeah. I mean, he drew a 7 and a 15 drop in the first 8 cards. Yeah. It's a little rough. End of turn, we're going to Searing Blazer Trawler.
Oh, my word.
Just taste it. Jordan to 3, Braiden to 15.
That's not
that's not a good taste. Yeah, we're gonna think here. What do we do with nothing and no mana? Trawler's just going to stick around. Oh, there we go. So we didn't Bolt end of turn. We're just slow rolling the Bolt, I think. Oh, yeah, get back Citadel. That'll do it. Sure.
Maybe you didn't have Bolt. Are you sure that you saw Bolt?
I'm like 99% positive I saw Bolt in his hand. Maybe I got.